Hello and welcome to episode 6. Today I'm going to be doing more questing, shocker, but we are getting through these free-to-play quests, so let's get this started. The first quest that I'm going to be doing is Black Knight's Fortress, so we need to start the quest here. He's going to tell me that I need to investigate the Black Knight's Fortress north of Falador, so that is now what I'm going to prepare for. Okay, so I remember with this quest I need to prepare by becoming a knight or a guard. So I need to make an iron chainmail, and I already have the bronze med helm in my bank. Okay, now we can head over to the castle. I'm still going to get aggroed, I know that, from the Black Knights, but we are safe. We have made it in. And the first thing you have to do is go downstairs and listen in to the witch and hear what she's concocting. And she's telling me that, or telling the goblin that the way to foil her plan is by throwing cabbage down into her potion. I'm going to collect cabbage and head back. Okay, I got lost, so this is me wasting literally like I think 30 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know, I was on stream, but I was literally walking around trying to figure out how to get over, and at one point I realized you just need to talk to them and push your way through to the door. So that's what I am doing here. He's let me in. I'll go upstairs and then I will throw the cabbage down into the hole, and that will be the end of this potion. So here's a little cutscene. Poor potion. Alright, now I need to head back to the White Knight's Fortress and talk to Sir Amric, and that is quest complete. And the next quest is going to be below Ice Mountain, so we are keeping on with the trend of Ice Mountain. So Willow will tell me about recruiting her team of archaeologists, so now I am tasked to go around Rock and Falador and recruit her missing archaeologists. So here we go. Okay, so her first recruit is in Falador in the bar, and of course he is requesting a beer like all of the other quests. And after you get him drunk enough, he will demand that you play rock paper scissors with him. So let's get through this dialogue and then play some rock paper scissors. It doesn't matter if you win or not, I don't think, because in the end I was going to lose and I still won. Okay, for the second recruit I need to talk with him. He's in Barbarian Village, and he's going to tell me the only way that I can be recruited with, or I can recruit him back, is by showing that I am strong enough to recruit someone. So now I have to prove myself by unlocking a new emote and doing an intense training session. And I don't know about you, but this is literally like the longest cutscene I've ever had in RuneScape. It literally kept going on and on and on. So I sped this up for you, but it was kind of annoying to go through all of this. Now I need to talk with Charlie the Tramp to see where my last recruit is, and he's going to tell me that he is in Edgeville. So now I need to go to Edgeville and ask what Marley needs in order to recruit him. And he's telling me that I need to go get him a sandwich, which is kind of the dumbest thing in order to recruit someone, but I guess he's hungry. We're not going to judge people. So I need to go to the Blue Moon Inn and ask what ingredients and how to make a sandwich of his liking. Alright, he's telling me that I need to do a few things. I need to cut bread in half, get steak, and that is how to make the sandwich. So I have now all the ingredients. I need to cut the bread and it will assemble the sandwich for me. And now I've returned back to Marley, and this is the final recruit. So the next step is heading back to the cave next to Ice Mountain, and they will show me the cavern. Okay, I'm back with the group, and Willow and the other three are going to enter into the cavern. I'll go in with them. Okay, we're basically investigating everything that's in here, And during this cutscene, a golem comes out, and I need to kill it. Clearly, I have not prepared for this, so I'll need to step out really quickly and get the proper armor and then come back. Okay, I have returned to the fight, and clearly he's doing some damage, but because of my food, I'm able to kind of heal all the way up back to full every time, which is great. Very helpful. I'm so glad that I did all this fishing before. Okay, there's quest complete. Now finishing off this episode with, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's basically Draenor Village, but a copycat version of it, or Draenor Manor. So essentially you have to go and investigate. I also will say there are a lot of cutscenes. I'm not going to put all of them in this video, but it was very entertaining. They did a very nice job writing this quest, so I will say props to Jagex for that. Essentially, I felt like I was in like a Scream movie. It was very ironic in the way that it was happening, so I don't know if that was their inspiration, but it certainly felt like that. It definitely, Scary Movie, not Scream. So here's the first cutscene. After this scene, I'm not going to include any more of it. You get the gist. You need to do the quest. It's very entertaining. You'll like it. So this murderer is walking around the manor and he keeps murdering people, and I'm in charge of figuring out who is the murderer. And my first necessary thing is to find a key, which is right inside that barrel, which is conveniently in front of the man who gets murdered. So I do think it's kind of funny that I'm here watching all of these people just happen to get murdered. Jagex questing is kind of interesting, that's for sure. Okay, so let me get the key out of this barrel, and then I can enter into the manor. Okay, here we go. We are entering into the manor, unlocking the door. I will say that this quest, without a quest guide, is very complicated. It shouldn't be this complicated, but I'm so used to giant blue squares and arrows over everything. So it definitely took a lot longer than it probably should have. And I think as I progress with questing in RuneScape, without a quest guide, it's going to become progressively easier, I hope. But this quest took me far too long, and I don't know why it took that long. So anyway, here's the first murder that happens. He gives me a piece of paper, which essentially alludes to a knife cutting a painting. So I need to go into the next room and cut each of the paintings. Of course, I cut every single one of them. Did not find it until the last one, and then found the key. So this is what I'm saying. It was a very time-consuming quest for no reason. Okay. Now I'm into the second room, and I need to light all these candles in order to explode the wall. So I have finished off with the final candle. That was a super close one. Thank goodness I had a prompt to leave. Okay, here is the third murder. I think we're on number 3 that I'm watching pan out. Once that's over, he gives you another note, which alludes to the piano, and spells dead. So once you put input dead, then you're able to unlock the key. Here is the 4th murder, and here is the 4th note. Now, this one took me forever to figure out. I just did not understand it. I literally spent I don't know how long trying to figure this out. I needed to review this a number of times, and I put the wrong gemstones order many times until I finally got it. My aha moment was someone in my live stream gave me a hint, and then I was able to figure out the rest of it, thankfully. Okay, so now I have gotten another key, and this is for the final room. Again, this was something that took me forever to do because you had to keep moving this mirror around the entire room and hitting the person that was inside that was throwing the knife. The final part to the quest is unmasking who the murderer is, or the killer. and we realize who it is. It's Abigail. This was a really well done quest, I will say. I had a very nice time doing it. It was confusing for me, but again, this is me becoming used to not using quest guides and reading more into what's going on in the text, but it was a great quest. We also learned that there was another secondary killer, and that this was kind of a magic trick. And after the two of them speaking to one another, she kills him. And now she's a double murderer. I don't know. She's a very heavy murderer. And now I have to kill her with her knife, which I think is quite poetic in a way. I tried to use my bare hands, but it wouldn't allow me to. I had to use her knife. So now she's dead. And I thought that this was the quest complete, but it was not. We realized that Abigail did not in fact die. And if you saw in the background, the Mandy was picking up the Bando's Godsword from the kitchen, which I think was ironically on the ground. And we finish off with some dialogue, and that will be quest complete. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I really appreciate it, and I'm excited to show you what happens in the next one. I will catch you then.